Welcome to this walkthrough of the three Supsindex assessment reports. FPA examines founder knowledge and cognitive readiness. GEB looks at behavioral reflexes and decisions under pressure. And EEA measures readiness for a specific industry and ecosystem. Together, they form a modular, integrated assessment model. A founder may understand the startup fundamentals, for example, but that alone does not show how they behave under pressure or how prepared they are for the market they plan to enter. Each report begins by confirming who was assessed and the context behind the result. FPA includes the founder's stage and industry, while EEA also identifies the target ecosystem. This ensures that every result is connected to a real participant and a defined assessment context. The next page provides a quick executive summary. Alongside the total score and performance level, the participants can see the cohort average and the top 10% benchmark. The report also shows how many areas are exceptional, strong, worth monitoring, or in need of attention. So the result is not simply pass or fail, and the score is not presented without context. The comparisons are also designed to remain meaningful. In FPA, the founder's stage and industry remains visible beside the results. EEA is built around the chosen industry and target ecosystem and includes adjustments for comparing different ecosystems fairly. This gives participants a more relevant reference point than one generic score against an unrelated population. As we move into the analysis, charts and score gauges show where the participant stands against the average and top performers. The reports give equal attention to advantages and development areas. For example, FPA may identify exceptional go-to-market knowledge while also highlighting a weakness in monetization. GEB can show a strong leadership alongside difficulties with ambiguity. And EEA can reveal both local regulatory strengths and market access gaps. Each result is then translated into what it may mean for the business. A strong go-to-market knowledge can support faster customer acquisition. Weak monetization knowledge can create cash flow risk. A strong regulatory awareness may become a local competitive advantage, while difficulty making decisions under ambiguity can reduce execution speed. The report therefore explains both the opportunity behind the strength and the risk behind the weakness. The reports do not stop at identifying a bias or blind spot. They turn it into a practical improvement plan. GEB may recommend decision matrices and pre-mortem sessions to reduce poor judgment under uncertainty. FPA can turn founder-centered behavior into delegation systems and clear operating procedures, and EEA can convert a local market blind spot into competitive audits and partnership strategies. Each recommendation explains why the pattern matters, what to do next, and which resources can support the improvement. The knowledge reports combine a common standard with personal context. FPA first covers the universal areas every founder should understand, then moves it into the participant's industry. EEA follows the same logic by combining general ecosystem knowledge with questions specific to the selected industry and destination. This allows founders to be assessed against shared fundamentals without ignoring the environment in which they actually operate. For anyone who wants to investigate further, the appendices provide the evidence beneath the main findings. FPA and EEA break the categories down into individual subtopics. GEB goes down to specific scenarios and shows whether the participants correctly identified the most and least effective responses. The report remains easy to scan, while the detailed evidence is still available when needed. Each report also explains how its scores are calculated. The methods differ because the modules measure different things. GEB scores situational decision using most and least effective responses. EEA separates general and industry-specific ecosystem knowledge. FPA combines knowledge, behavior, cognition, and further focus using defined weights. The scoring formulas and partial credit rules are visible, so the result is not treated as a black box. Finally, the report connects the participant to feedback, peer benchmarking, the leaderboard, and the other assessment modules. These final pages also show why the three reports work together. One measures what the founder knows, another how they respond, and another whether they understand their operating environment. That integrated view is what prevents founder readiness from being reduced to one generic single aspect score. That is the Supsindex report journey, from identity and high-level results to contextual comparison, practical meaning, detailed evidence, and transparent scoring, all within one connected founder assessment model.